Today on Whiskey Sour Libations and Conversations, we're joined by a true soul performer whose journey started in the church and turned into a full-blown musical legacy. From St. Louis to touring with the soul of Motown, Dre Hilton, aka Mr. Smiley, has been keeping sounds of legends like Stevie Wonder, James Brown, and the Temptations alive with energy you cannot ignore. And here's a fun fact. He might have been my prom date. Let's get into it with Dre Hilton.
Hey, hey.
Hey, how are you?
I am so happy. I am so honored to be on your podcast. I've been watching all of these interviews that you've done for years, and now it's my turn now. So I am happy.
How have you been? What's new?
Man, I have been great. I've been great. I just happen to be off this weekend. I don't get many weekends off, so I'm good. Just enjoying some downtime, and yeah, I'm great. How about you?
I'm good. This is, a long weekend. I am gonna try to enjoy myself, but I'm still working, on other projects and stuff. So just taking a moment to breathe
Yeah,
and trying to relax a little bit because during the week I work in education, so my body is tired. It
yeah,
was an eventful week this week. I'm so honored to and flattered to have you here because I have had the luxury of experiencing your show in real time when you came out here to LA. And it was so
yes.
much fun. It
All
was
right.
not what I was expecting at all. Very interactive, very crowd engaging.
Yeah,
I was able to capture some footage of your show, and
yeah,
everybody there was really, really enjoying themselves. So
yes.
let's get into this because you started in the church at 5. So what's your earliest memory of realizing that music might be your thing?
Yeah. Well, I knew that very early on because, I come from a super musical family. Everybody knows my family, the Hiltons, from singing in the gospel community locally. We have gospel quartet music roots that run deep in the whole St. Louis world. And so I knew it very early on. My dad started pastoring when I was 5. And I was playing drums. I'm talking about 5 years old, playing drums during the little Sunday school song. And hey, do you remember Sunday school?
I do remember Sunday school. I honestly just asked the other day, it's like, is Sunday school still a thing? So because I don't know. Church is so different now.
I
So
know, so different. I'm so glad that we came up in that time because I don't think they have Sunday school like that anymore. And
they don't have a lot of things anymore,
they
but
don't
that's
have a
not my
lot.
business.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I knew very early on because the Hiltons are just a super musical family.
So when did it go from, hey, I have this love of music and to what I think this is meant for me. Like I am going to make a career out of music.
Good question. When I was 13,
Okay.
so what's that? Is that seventh grade? Sixth grade, seventh grade, seventh grade?
Somewhere around that time. No, it's like eighth
Yes.
grade. I think it's like eighth grade. Yeah.
Eighth grade?
Eighth
Yep.
grade. Yeah.
13. And I was a huge Brian McKnight fan.
Mm-mm.
You remember that. I'm
Mm-mm.
talking
No,
about
are
the
we not talking
old,
about
the Brian McKnight from 1998 or 1998 could do no wrong, did no wrong. Brian McKnight. I was so yeah. I
thank
already
you.
know.
Thank you, because we don't know who that man is, Ron Ward. We don't know him.
I know, I know. So yeah,
It's
I was 13, and so I started playing keyboard for my dad's church. I had switched over from drums into keyboard. So I got hip to Brian McKnight, and I had listened to Stevie Wonder's one of his greatest hits albums that my mom had. And that was when I said, I want to do this. I want to
okay.
write songs. I want to play keys and sing. So 13. Yep.
Yeah, that was around the time that I realized that I said, I I I, I think I'm gonna move to LA when I grow up. Around the
Yes.
same age,
Yes.
like 8th grade, going into freshman year, because that summer I went
Uh-huh.
to New York and LA. And so it was just something different about this LA air. And I was like, I like it out here. And
Yeah.
so post high school, if it was my choice, I would, and it really was my choice, but there's a little bit of that fear and your parents threatening you. And so I wanted to leave right away. And my
Hmm.
mom was very, you need to go to college, and if you leave my house, you can't come back. So you like, damn, if I just need to come home and reset,
Yeah.
let me go to college first, and then we will figure it out from there.
Yeah.
So
Yes, 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 yes. And shout out to you for following your dreams. You know, it's very rare that you know someone who actually did what they spoke and what they set out to do. So I think that's why you and I have always, stayed connected. We definitely connect on that. We are dream
yeah.
chasers. Dream chasers.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just need the bag to match like you. Moving on.
Oh
Moving
God.
on. Listen. I said, God, please, please. I just has to work. I just was telling my homeboy that the other day. I said, it has to work. It has
Yeah.
to work. I've been doing the work. It has to work.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so now I'm, pushing myself forward a little more. So thank you for recognizing me and seeing me. Cause sometimes, that this little voice in your head that, messes with you a little bit.
Hmm.
Um, you started writing like and producing music when you were around what, 12 years old?
So I started writing my own stuff. It was probably 14 or 15.
Okay.
And it's some things that's actually coming back to my memory
Because
during
that was gonna be a follow up.
yeah, there's
Like,
some things that's coming back. Yeah. I started
so
trying to write love songs.
okay, remember what were some of the love songs around that time?
Do you remember a song during high school?
Called I'll Provide?
Yes, I'll provide. I'll
Listen,
provide.
I do remember I'll Provide because
Yes.
we had this talent show, y'all. We went to high school together. Actually, that's how I actually know DeAndre.
Yeah.
And we had it's like a Viking idol. We were the
Viking
Vikings,
Idol.
Viking idol. And so Dre was like the ladies' man. All ladies love Dre, cool Dre. We're gonna say that. And I might have had the opportunity to actually date DeAndre briefly. We won't get into that just yet. But because he was singing, he was in like a ensemble group with the great Mr. Reeves, our favorite
Yes.
choir teacher.
Yes.
And so they would go around the school in the morning, sometimes singing songs. So they'll pop up and sing and serenade us. And the girls,
Yes.
if they could, they would throw their draws and they bras at DeAndre.
Yes.
And for this competition, he ended up singing an original song, and it was I'll Provide. And I remember some of the words, I remember some of the lyrics.
If
And
you
when you
really
think about it,
do.
it was so good though. It was really good.
Yeah.
people overthink lyricism sometimes. Like we're not
Yes.
rappers. R&B don't need to be super, super deep like that, you know.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so it was simple and it was nice.
Yeah.
And then I remember your cousin, I ended up having to sing backup for her because she was sick a little bit, and she sang a song with Paul.
You talking about
It called
Ashley?
Patiently, yes.
Okay.
Denitra.
Oh, Denitra. Yeah.
No,
Oh,
Denitra.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you forgot you had a cousin named Denitra.
No, 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 no. No, I did not. I did not. I don't want those bullets at me if she hit that. But go
No,
ahead.
no.
Okay. Because I was wondering how you and I can okay, but go ahead and finish that story.
So yeah, but I'm trying to think. By the time Viking Idol happened, I think we were already in a relationship or had dated or something. I'm
Yes.
trying
Yeah.
to remember like the
Yeah.
timeline of everything.
No, no,
So
no. We
parts of it is like convoluted, but I still know, like I know by the time we went to prom, we were no longer dating, but we just still went.
really.
Yeah, because it was the end of the school year. We were broken up. Sidebar, y'all, DeAndre is the only person that successfully ever dumped me. I
Oh.
am the dumper, not the dumpy.
I'm sorry. I'm so
And, and
sorry.
and here's the thing. I had gotten a tip. You had told somebody that you was thinking of, and I should have listened and just be like, you know what, this isn't working. Just to have a one up, because I like to be one up on niggas. You
Right.
know, 10, 10 steps ahead of you.
Right.
And I should have took the information and really like listen.
Yo, hey, by the way, people, this was like 23, 24, 25 years ago. Uh, you know,
Hold on,
uh
you're aging us. It wasn't that long ago. Wait a second. Hold on. Hold on. Don't do that. I'm trying to.
right.
Okay, my 20-year reunion. No, only 21 years ago, guys.
Okay.
Yes, only 21. Give me them extra. Give me the extra inch.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but yeah, it was a while ago. And yeah, the old Dre, just used to break up with people for no reason. And but I'll tell you this, Dominique, if I would have knew the girl next door would have been you.
That doesn't make me feel any better. Are you ready to apologize?
I'm apologizing in front of the whole world. I'm sorry, I can't remember what it was. I apologize. I apologize. And hey, I'm just happy to see that life panned out so well for you.
Thank you. I received that, but also I don't remember why you broke up with
Yeah.
me either. So
Who knows? Who
who knows?
knows?
Who knows? He kind of took me to through the ringer, y'all, like post, but we not getting into to that today because that's not why we're here. That is not why we are here.
That's a whole nother listen. That's a sit down on like some like Oprah type stuff.
We can arrange that. We can arrange that because I was like, oh my gosh, it's one of the memories is really funny because it's funny looking back on it. In the moment it wasn't, but I was like, damn, because Dre got caught up, and it wasn't because of me. He got caught up because of him, and for real, his homeboy got him caught up. Let's, but it's still his fault because he, like you said, young Dre.
Yo, my fans is watching this like Dre.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So that's a little bit of our history. I had to put a little bit of that in there, you know. All right, Dre, let's get back to the music.
Yeah, let's get back
Let's get
to
back
the
to the
music.
music.
Yes.
You're inspired by legends like Michael Jackson, James Brown, Ray Charles, what did you take from each of them to make it your own?
I would say all of them were just super, like, just, they gave so much energy. The like electrifying energy that they give to the stage and to their audiences. James Brown, Michael Jackson, they gave it their all. And that's definitely something that I hope that people who come to my shows can feel and see, that I gave it my all, no matter what, no matter the crazy things that goes on behind the scenes that people will never know. Just like when you pulled up on me to the show and I saw you and I said, come here, give me a hug. And I said, yo, this is crazy. Yo, I got scammed. I got scammed. And those people would have never known the things that I told you about that
Yeah.
happened. They would have never known, because only thing they saw was a man that got up there and performed
Did
his butt off.
yeah.
So yeah,
He
that's
you definitely um were quick on your feet, and you were already ahead of the problem, because I thought in that situation you said, something felt like I needed to like go rent extra chairs and do this and do that. And so when you got there and you saw what it was, you were already ahead of the curve. So
yeah,
as frustrating as it is, sometimes we just have to let those things just be and just, work with it. And so adaptability is one of the things of being a great performer. And so you were
yes,
able to, you know, uh move through that, and you put on a crazy good show. Like it was
yeah,
so, I mean, so interactive. Like I said, dancing with people and all that. You was like, I was gonna call yourself. I said, no, you wasn't. No, you wasn't gonna go on stage. And I'm like, and as outgoing as I am, I do get shy. But I
yeah,
was really, really proud to, like, I'm like, dog, like I've known this person for how long, and just to really see, because this isn't your first rodeo. You were touring with the soul of Motown, which we'll get
hmm,
into, in a second.
hmm,
But really being able, like you said, you speaking to people, and being around people that this is what I want to do, uh when I graduate and all this stuff,
yeah,
and being able to really lean into that. So
yeah.
yeah, I'm like, so kudos to you.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
uh
and
go ahead, babe, go ahead, sorry.
I was just gonna say, and it's funny, Dominique, you just never know how life is gonna pan out. Of course, like you said, I knew that I wanted to do this. I wanted to graduate and just become the man within music and get a record deal and all of this. But being a Motown and soul music tribute artist, I would have never guessed that. Never guessed that. And God put me on this path, and I mean, I'm just walking in it. So it's just funny how things
Yeah,
turn out. Things turn out a little bit different than what you thought.
always,
Yeah.
always. And so when we think about, like the journey, and I was a little kid, even younger, knowing that wanting to work in media, entertainment in some kind of way. I was
Hmm.
always, in elementary school, being the mistress of ceremony.
Yeah.
So, like, always, public speaking, nothing to me, And
Yeah.
sometimes I get nervous if I'm about to do like a red carpet or something, sometimes when I have those opportunities, because sometimes, like, it's not consistent. And so
Hmm.
it's like more of the adrenaline rush. Like, I don't want to say or do
Hmm.
anything wrong, or you
Hmm.
don't want to mess up the interview, but being able to just kind of navigate the space and just being bubbly makes people kind of gravitate towards you. So like you said, it doesn't look the same, because I thought maybe I would act, which I still do from time to time, but
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be full on acting hell. And I'm like, damn, am I going to be able to consistently remember these lines? Because I don't even know what color shirt I had on yesterday.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so it's
Kudos.
different.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Kudos to you. I've watched you. Hey, you've done some things. that you haven't even shared with the people yet. Like you are sitting on a few little successful things that you've done. So, but I know about some of them, you know. So shout out to you.
Yeah, I am going to do a challenge where I do like 75 days of like social media content because I have done a lot in this past year, like you said, sitting on stuff, projects, stand up, different things
Yeah.
that I'm gonna pump out. The stand up footage I am working on getting from the Laugh Factory because that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, so just stepping outside of my comfort zone, but also just kind of reflecting on this last year because so much has happened. And so, however, I
Mm,
can bring a little bit of joy and laughter to the people life, I'll do
yeah. That's good. That is good, Dominique. Yeah.
So, what keeps old school music alive in today's era?
You know what? That's a great question. I am one of those people who is striving to keep it going and to keep it alive. Also, I love the world that we are in. Like this is a special time because everything is it's like everything is in style now. Like you can show up dressed like the 50s and that's hitting. You could show up in 60s, 70s, 80s. Like everything is in style and also with the music sound too. Now, of course, you got trendy music stuff, uh, things that are trendy for today's
Mhm.
world. But what I love about it is that now somebody can record something that's on like a 80s vibe or 70s or 60s, and it's hitting. Like the world is open for everything, things that are new, but things that are also retro too.
Yeah.
So I just think the time that we are in is allowing nostalgia to stay relevant, you know, because people like it.
Yeah, I think that is very true. I think one of the things that keeps our parents' generations music alive is uh like I said, certain things, just the simplicity of it all. Like we know Motown had a formula, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And that no longer exists. Like they don't have artist development
Honestly,
and all of
yeah.
that. And like, it's so funny. Last night, we were talking about music, and my guy was asking me, "How do I consume, current R&B?" And I was just speaking to like the algorithm and understanding the algorithm, but where there are certain artists that should be out performing consistently, making music. I said I don't think that they fully understand one, the algorithm, but the momentum. So when we think about, I said something like, oh, with the Boy Is Mine tour, you would have thought Monica, Brandy, Kelly, everybody on that tour would have dropped a project afterwards just because it was they were capitalizing on that moment. And so like the last day of the tour, somebody should have dropped a project.
Hmm. Hmm.
And we hear nothing.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
so he was like, "Oh, they're relying on like, how do you think of the generation of that they come from, or you waiting on a label? You got to do this, you got to do that, and that you understand that that no longer exists." But I think
Right.
that's how we go back to our parents' music because it transcends time, and
Yes.
there's certain things that just sort of work for that
Yes.
time where it will just never like you can put on Aretha Franklin, the Temptations, like you said, James Brown, and it
Hmm.
still feels relevant. Like those feelings when you hear it on the track, and so you really feel those emotions, those raw emotions. But
Hmm.
also, it's like, damn, they don't make singers like this no more.
I
No,
know.
they're not going to church, and so there's a different connection. There's a deeper connection with it for us. And so our parents' generation, the boomers, they're still living and they're not listening to our current music per se. Though my
Right.
mom said, I like that Mutt song. I'm like, oh girl, you like
Yeah.
okay. I'm
Yeah.
glad you like Leon Thomas because I do too.
Hmm.
But I think that is the difference. It's just the production value
Yes.
of
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? There was no AI generated production where no people was talented back then.
Yeah.
People was talented. Just like perfect example, we know Marvin Gaye for just being a singer, then to find out that he played drums on some of the Motown records on the Motown 25 show.
Okay.
He sits down with this piano on stage and just starts. I mean, and I ain't talking about no little C chord, F chord. I was like, wait, I thought that he was just a singer. You know what I'm saying? So no, people was talented back then. Uh, you couldn't hide behind any tricks, any studio effects. None of
Yeah.
that existed like that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you are. I mean, there's so much controversy with AI. And AI, I feel like it could be used for the greater good, right? We're
Yeah.
talking about curing cancer and life
Yeah.
story, things like that. But like Timbaland and this AI artist that he created. And
Yeah.
we're seeing that more and more. And I'm like, y'all know how much water y'all wasted? Like,
Man.
let's make this make sense. And also we
Yeah.
should think about capitalism and how capitalism has permeated life as we know, like the quality of life. So you
Hmm.
don't want to pay an artist, develop an artist, and so you can bypass everything. So you could just like that is what's happening here. We see it happening
Yeah.
in Hollywood. They're getting it for another strike. We just had a strike. Yeah, there might be another strike. Another writer's strike because
Wow.
they only had a temporary deal that only lasted like a few years, like 3 years, 3 4 years maybe. And so we're seeing the evolution of AI. What we're seeing in Hollywood, I guess in particular, would be the age old thing when it comes to Hollywood and capitalism, because people are realizing that Hollywood is just another corporation. It's just
Mm-hmm.
a little more glamorous.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so you have all these talented people wanting to work, wanting to create something, and they're like, no, we could do this cheaper where the CEOs and the people on the board can profit and make more money. And people make fun of it. That's why I tell people, it's like, if you have an idea, y'all make fun of Tubi. At least it's people out here doing what they want to do. Those are their dreams and
Yes.
they making it happen and they figuring it out. And I would
Yes.
advise you to lean into that bag because Hollywood is playing games.
Yeah.
And they've been
Yeah.
playing games with Negroes because there's no way
Yeah.
in hell that Michael B. Jordan should only be like the fourth or fifth person,
Yeah.
black man, to
Yeah.
have the best actor
Yeah.
category.
Mm-hmm.
You see it happen with music all the time. Look how long it
Mm-hmm.
took Beyonce to get, album of the year.
Mm-hmm.
It's people that always are shortchanged or like, oh, but when we talk about the Academy, there's also not a lot of people that look like us.
Yes. Yep. For sure.
And so as a
Yeah.
member of the Academy where you're able to vote for Grammys and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
what is that experience like? Kind of tell us a little bit about that because people don't realize that the Grammys is a huge, like it's so many more categories because they have a non-televised event that's going
Yes.
on that morning of the Grammys that is still going on
Yes.
as the Grammys is going on. There's
Yeah.
hundreds of categories.
That's true. That is so true. Yeah, I was blessed to become a voting member with the
Mhm.
Grammys. I believe that started in 2019. 2019 was when I became a voting member. And yeah, there's so many different categories. There's a lot of different artists to choose from. So you gotta, you know, kind of go through these different artists' music and just see which one, see which one to pick from. Me, I'm not the type of person who only chooses the big names of those categories. No, because I know what it's like to be that little man that
Mhm.
people might not know my name, but I have something special. So I don't care like about a name. I will go through and listen to different artists, and there are some unsigned artists, some unheard of artists that got fire music and fire material. So I vote for them because that's who I feel had the best had the best music from that category. Lots of categories and lots of different artists. So I take about a week or so to even cast my vote in. And I believe there's like up to like 3,000 different voting members. Yeah.
Sheesh. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, because it's like a whole process. Like, you get the submissions, and then they
Yes.
go in and they narrow them down. And so it's kind of, is it kind of what we would think of like a bracket, sort of, where it's like,
Hmm.
okay, yeah,
Yep. That's exactly how it is.
I could just
Yeah.
imagine the pressure that goes into that. I mean, do you ever think that, like, oh, I one day want to be in this category, whether it be like, writing or producing for somebody, or maybe even
Yes.
performing yourself?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? The way that things are looking and the way that God has blessed me, I wouldn't doubt it at all. I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, 3 years from now, I could be blessed to be actually, in one of those big categories. I have learned not to doubt God, and I'm gonna keep striving.
Absolutely.
There will be some original Dre Hilton music coming soon, you know.
Okay. Because you
Yes,
look, he said,
yes.
I'll provide the
I'll
music.
provide. Look, I was a kid. What I was 16 or something like that.
Now, yeah,
16.
was your senior year of high school.
Okay. Now I wrote that my junior year. Okay, thank you
Okay.
for that. Junior. So
Okay.
I was 17 and then 18 up here telling a girl that I could provide everything that you need.
Okay, wait, y'all. Okay. To my memory, I wanna list, like, provide y'all. Look at the wordplay. Some of the lyrics, and it was like the chorus. I remember it was saying something along the lines of, "I'll provide the love that you're in need of. I'll provide the love that you dreamed of. You can rest your mind assured. With me, you are secure. So realize that all your needs I can provide." Do you realize it ain't that damn? That is a nice hook.
How do you remember
I don't
exactly?
know. I don't know. The memory just unlocked.
That was a special time in life. That was a special time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So think about that. Like, you're a junior writing this, performing it, everything. And you
Yeah.
think about lyrics. Like, I'm telling you, there are a lot of people that need to tap into, unsigned, writers, producers, and all that. Cause y'all the
Yeah.
ones that got the heat.
Man.
It's
Hey,
not,
I
it's
had
not
a
the necessary, like, the main people that we know. Y'all have the heat.
yeah. I had a beautiful bridge on there too.
Oh,
See, hey,
nah, that
glitter.
I don't remember. I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
remember.
yeah. Yeah. You remember? Listen, and look, they don't be having bridges like that on these songs. Yeah,
They
I'm
don't.
gonna have to bring that back. I'm gonna have to bring that back. But
Yeah. Summer
th-
Walker mentioned that they like the label. Somebody asked her something about short songs, like why were all her songs short, and it was something to do with the label not wanting it to, of course, extend a certain like time, like
yeah,
running time or whatever. And I'm just like, girl,
Yeah.
fuck them.
Hey, people's attention spans is so
Yeah,
short. It's so short.
yeah.
Uh, there was a song that I remember you by. Do you know which one I'm about to say? It wasn't anything that I wrote.
Is it I'm going down?
Uh-uh.
No? Okay, wait. Oh my God, it's B2K.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's
What
B2K. It's
song?
sprung. Sprung. Because that song
Sprung.
is dude. It is. Oh my God. Sprung. Okay, y'all, look. B2K on the You Got Served soundtrack has this bass heavy song called Sprung, and the lyrics are, when you loving me, when you touching me, it's like ecstasy to the fifth degree. Girl, I
Yeah.
think you got me sprung, but I'm not number one.
Yeah. Baby, it's official.
Yeah, oh
Tired
my
of looking at you out my window.
God. Yes, that song still goes
It
hard.
still
I'm
goes.
that soundtrack was actually really, really good, and there was a lot
Yeah.
of bangers on that soundtrack. But
Yeah.
that song in particular, what that should have been the follow-up to Bada Bing, Bada Boom.
Yeah.
And they didn't make it that far, unfortunately. But
Uh-huh.
I'm happy to see them, touring. I was able years ago to see it the first time, though Raspy didn't perform and had like some sort of breakdown. I was so
Yeah.
mad because I've been waiting for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yes, B2K. B2K. Such a good
B2K.
song. I just
Yes.
spoke about that song. I told my homeboy, so I have another podcast. And we talk about pop culture and everything. And somehow I was telling him about that song, and I'm like, you have to listen to this B2K song. I know you don't you're not into that stuff because he's like 40, 40, 45
Mm-hmm.
age. He ain't
Mm-hmm.
tripping off no B2K, but I'm like, there's a song that's gonna get you, and it's called Sprung.
I remember riding around with you in my little two-door black Honda Civic. I was
Yeah.
like, what is this? What is this?
Did you have extra subwoofers in the back? Like,
Yes, yes. Hey, I was the man back then. You couldn't tell me nothing
you could
back
not,
then.
could not tell
Yeah.
him nothing, and that's how I got done. So moving on.
Dang.
Oh my gosh! So you spent 8 years with the Soul of Motown.
Yeah.
Tell us about that experience, because how did that even come to you? Uh, give us it all.
Yeah. So listen, those 8 years there, that was like I say that was like me going to a Motown college.
Okay.
But typically you spend 4 years like in college, right? So,
Yes.
but I spent 8. So when I tell you that I left so educated about the whole music business, entertainment business, entertaining people, having fans, product, all of this stuff. So, how it came about was a very unique way. There's a guy, his name is CJ Jefferson.
Okay.
CJ Jefferson sung in a group called Old School that did that big song with Keith Sweat, like it
Mm-hmm.
and what's the female group?
Escape.
Escape. Okay.
Am I
Yes.
dreaming?
Yes. So CJ had the first verse with that song. Things are kinda hazy. Yeah, that's him.
Okay.
That's him. So anyway, I didn't know him from that because when that came out, I was young. We
We
was
were
young.
kids. We were
Yeah,
kids.
I knew CJ from singing gospel quartet music because
Okay.
yeah, that's his roots, and I met him back in like 2005 from singing gospel quartet music. He He had a group. Me, my dad, we had a group. So
Okay.
I ran into him, would see him around for maybe a year or two, and then I didn't see him for years. I forgot about him pretty much because it wasn't like we was like locked in back then. So 2013 comes, the top of 2013, January. And I had just, it's crazy. Words are so powerful, Dominique. Words are so powerful. I was a worship leader at this small little church out in St. Louis, and I was doing rehearsal, and it was actually December of 2012. So you know how everybody is getting ready for the new year, setting their goals or whatever. I told the the little worship team that I was over, I said 2013 is going to be a groundbreaking year for me. Now, when I said that, I did not know nothing. Nobody gave me any tips, any clues to what can happen. It wasn't like I had no leads on how my life could be groundbreaking in 2013. So I just said it and I meant it with every fiber of my being, right? Okay. So I speak that, and January comes, maybe January 3rd or 4th. I go to the local guitar center right off of St. Charles Rock Road, and I'm walking in. I see CJ coming out. I'm like, yo, what's going on, CJ? Hey man, where you been? Because I hadn't seen him in years. He told me that he had been performing with this Motown show out in Tennessee. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So he tells me, he says, hey, I'm actually back in town so that I can recruit a group of guys from St. Louis and bring them back to Tennessee to do the show. I was like, oh, really? Okay, cool, cool, cool. So we had just like exchanged Facebook information and just, all right, cool. All right, man. Hey, so good. So good to see you, bro. Holla at you. Boom. So when I got to my car, Dominique, I had went to his Facebook page. I see clips of the show of him like in the suits and the other guys on stage. And I said, wait, he just told me that he came back to recruit some guys. I was like, let me reach out to him to see if I can try out.
Hmm.
So I had called him, and he said, man, he said, why didn't I think to even ask you when I was face to face with you? And which I get it because he didn't know. I don't think he assumed that I would want an opportunity. The only thing that he knew about me was I was church boy, church boy, church boy, church stuff.
Yeah.
So he was like, he said, yeah. He was like, okay, well, hey, send me a video of you singing a popular Motown song, whether it's Temptations or Marvin Gaye, Jackson 5, whatever. He says, and so he says, hey, you also play. So he said, hey, send me one of you playing, like and singing it too, because he said that'll make you look really good to the to
Yeah.
the producers.
You'll
So I
stand out.
did that. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day, whatever. Boom. I sent it to him. And Dominic, you know how these things work where you will submit it and you won't hear nothing,
Yeah.
right? So I sent it to him. He said, okay, cool, thanks. I'm about to send it over to them. I didn't hear from that man for like 2 weeks, right? I'm like,
Hmm.
because when I met him, he sounded like, yeah, man, I'm trying to find some guys. Da, da, da. Two
Yeah.
weeks go by, I didn't hear nothing. It could have even been three weeks. I was like, dang, I'm all stressed, and I'm like, man, the one opportunity is probably. I said they probably found some other guys who's probably better or something. I stopped thinking about it. He calls and say, hey, the producers say yay. All right, I was like, for real. So fast forward maybe a few weeks after that, we all met up. We met up at the White Castle off of it was one that was like in the hood. All met up, took a minivan down to a city called Pigeon Forge, Tennessee that I had never heard of. I was like, what pigeon, what? And so if y'all if y'all don't know about Pigeon Forge in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, it's just like a Branson where there's a
Yeah.
bunch of attraction
Yeah,
theaters
like
and stuff like
that strip in Orlando, all of that. Yeah.
all of that. So yeah,
Yeah, I know
so
Gatlinburg. I have
uh,
so funny stories about Gatlinburg.
okay, we're gonna have to
Yeah.
chop it up because I didn't know that you knew about
Yeah.
Gatlinburgs.
Yeah.
So
I've been trying to
just
get the podcast that I work for. They also have a travel show component to it. I've been trying to
okay,
get them to go to Gatlinburg for a minute.
yeah,
I'm like, I'm telling you, you're gonna
yeah.
have fun.
Yeah. So to basically sum that story all up to the people out there, and I came from being a nobody in St. Louis that few people knew, to overnight being a local celebrity that I'm talking. Oh, and I shouldn't say local because so many people travel from all over to come
Mhm.
to Pigeon Forge, in that city to vacation and to see the show. So overnight, I became a, a little superstar, and my
That's
life
dope.
changed. My life changed, and yeah, and then 2021, that's when I branched off to do the shows on my own, and that's been successful.
So did you kind of take the formula of what you learned there and just doing it on your own, kind of like a one-man show? Because it's not like you have like a huge band or anything behind you.
Mm-mm.
You have like the instrumentals and stuff, and you
Yeah.
have someone on the drums, you have someone
Mm-hmm.
running the board. So like give
Mm-hmm.
us a little insight to that, and just what that's doing, because now you're
Yeah.
not stationed somewhere. You do have
Right.
overhead now because you're traveling.
Yes, yes, yes. So you are right. I took a piece of the format that I learned from the Soul of Motown stage.
Hmm.
Perfect example. The way that their show is that they start, you know well, the way that it was done back then was they started with 50s hits, go into 60s, 70s, and then later on, in the show, we into just more newer stuff. So I took that same formula but put in artists that we didn't do in that show, like James Brown, Ray Charles, a few single male singer hits, just
Yeah.
like those guys was. Yep. I took that formula, and because it's only me on stage, well, it's not only me, but because I'm a one man show in a
Yeah.
sense, I made the show more engaging. I said, you know what? I don't have 4 or 5 men up here doing dance moves and all this stuff. I said, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the show fun. I'm gonna keep people's attention and things. So, and that's why my show is set up like how it is. And you mentioned overhead, yeah. So this is me funding my own show through y'all's ticket sales, tips, buying merch, and this is how I've been able to keep it going. And now I do have a whole crew with me now. I got like a 5 people crew that I travel with now.
I love it. Because, like I said, it is definitely an experience. It's not just a show; it's an
Yeah.
experience that you are putting on. You are very engaging, with the crowd. And he's so nice, y'all. He even give y'all water. These shows are not giving y'all water, and if they give and they making you buy it, and the bottle is like $12,
I
and you
know,
say, "I got
right?
water," and we're gonna get y'all set up. You got drink whatever you need. It's a whole experience. Like, who's doing
Yes.
that?
Yes.
They're like, it's not, no, baby, but he's doing that. Like, that's
Yes.
part of the overhead. Water is
Yes.
expensive.
Yes, we ain't gonna even talk about gas and how now the plane tickets is going up. Yeah, it's a lot, but I'm gonna stick on the positive note. I've been able to do it, and it's thanks to all of the people who support me, who still want to celebrate old school music. Thank y'all so much.
So from there, when we talk about like old school music, and you talking about, oh, you'll get some original music from Dre Hilton, will that kind of what is it, will a little bit of this sound be involved, or are you just kind of like, just doing kind of what I'm feeling? Because
Yeah.
at this point, music needs when we have an album that drops, it needs to be cohesive. So are you gonna be
Yes.
inspired by
You
Motown?
are you are asking some great questions. You are so good at this, Dominique.
Thank you.
uh, so yes. It makes sense to me for me to put out music that sounds like what I've been performing these past 13 years or whatever. Yeah. So it will be a project that sounds like old school music. Yep.
I love that because
Yep.
which is something that we kind of need. Like I said, we need to feel. It's one
Yes.
thing to just say something, but when was the last time you really felt what you was listening to? And that's a real question.
Yes.
And that's a real question for you too. And I want you to answer that.
Okay.
As we're talking about your project, when was the last time you really felt a project?
It's been a while because see, we came up where if your favorite artist or even a new artist came out with a album, you could listen to somebody's album and there was good music on somebody's albums. Like we would say, yo, Mario's album is nice. You know, uh-oh, uh-oh.
I know, no, I swear, that was unintentional. He actually has a project out now that I do enjoy. Like,
Okay.
yeah, so no, that
Yeah.
was not shade.
Yeah.
I promise. Rio, that was not shade.
Yeah.
That's
So
not.
yeah, we came up where like I remember Carl Thomas album and everybody people we could listen to people's albums. People was actually putting out a body of work, whether 15 songs or whatever
Yep.
of stuff, and like 75% of it was good and all of that. I think another thing that is really hindering us from really feeling music, which is something that I'm so annoyed by, is all of this auto tune on people's voices. Let me tell you what that does. What auto tune does, especially all of this like crazy the auto tune. What it does, it actually hinders you from hearing the the true textures of people's voices.
Yeah.
It hinders you from, just like perfect example, there are some legendary artists who may be featured on somebody's song and I could hear the person's voice and not even realize that it's that artist because the auto tune, it hinders you from
Yeah.
hearing the real texture of people's voice. And that's why I spent, listen, I'm one of those dudes now that most of the music that I listen to while I'm riding around, while I'm working out, is 90s music, early 2000s, because they wasn't using all of that stuff. I miss
Yeah.
hearing talent. It's like
Yeah.
now when you listen to music of today, stuff that's going on, you hear more technology than you hear talent.
Yeah. No, that's true. I'm trying to think of the last time, and I would probably say it's y'all gonna say that I'm biased, but I do understand why Beyonce's Cowboy Carter album won Record of the Year. I can truly understand that because how that album even just comes in, and if you just even listen just to the first 6 tracks and kind of like skim through did that, it's gonna take you through everything, but it's just that vocally and the layering, and like you said, those raw vocals and all of that stuff, and then you really get, and it's country her way for sure, right? There are elements of country music in there. There's history lessons, within this project when you really go deeper into it, because you get, they talk about spaghetti westerns and all of that, like you know and so I would say that because I will never forget when the chords came in And the first song is American Requiem, and I just immediately got chills. I got chills talking about it right now. And
Wow.
so with that track alone, I'm like, okay, let me lay down and really listen to this. Because sometimes I listen to music laying down, sometimes laying on the floor. Because of
Yeah.
Beyonce's I Care. If y'all can't say, go listen to it. I
Yeah.
Care on the four album, and this, like, we go back to the vocals, and it's not even I said it ain't, the lyrics are not that deep, but it is just the production overall that brings it all together. And when you hear it, if you hear the instrumental and you really get to hear that stacking, and like you said, there's no auto tune, so you hear
Yeah.
that rawness, and so you hear her screaming and yelling, like, pretty much is, I mean, though she has a song called Why Don't You Love Me, but it's like, the lyrics, I know you don't care too much, but I still care. She's pleading.
And you felt that.
You
You
felt that.
you
I
feel
wasn't
it.
even in a relationship at that time. I was like, why am I crying?
Yeah.
You
Yep.
know? But we
Yeah.
don't really hear that anymore. And don't get us wrong, like, there's good albums out there. That's not to
Yeah.
negate anybody. But
Yeah.
that quality that you talk about, that, I mean, that absolutely makes sense.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. So that's real. And you know what, Dominique? I think that it's all gonna come back around to that, to where people gonna be so tired of all of this automated stuff, all this fake talent and all of this artificial. I think people are gonna hunger for, I think it's gonna be a thing where, hey, can we just give you this microphone and can you just sing? Just sing. I think it's
Yeah.
gonna come back around to 100% realness again.
I mean, it's gonna have to. And then the crazy thing about that is, like, the labels are gonna, they're in desperate need of it.
Hmm.
They're in desperate need of it. But we know the way of the world now. All I gotta do is do this, and with that mic. Oh, here's one right here, actually, and sing.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do to get out there. And I mean, though he is in the center of controversy, look at, there's a rapper from the Bay, LaRussell, who was
Yeah.
literally able to create a sound, music, all this stuff in his backyard, and there are people
Yeah.
that are collaborating. I hate what has happened recently, because this is what happened when you don't have. I mean, his engineer told him, "Hey, I don't
Yeah.
think this is a good idea." But
Yeah.
then you in your head and you feeling yourself,
Yep.
and you should have listened.
Yep. He should have. He definitely should have. Yeah.
So, oh man, so your shows have people literally in the aisle singing and dancing. What is the secret to that kind of energy?
The secret is to, like, my show developed through trial and error. Like,
Okay.
when I first did my first solo show, because I started doing my little solo Motown show back in 2019, and it wasn't what it is today. Listen, if you had saw me back then, it would have been like, oh, bless his little heart. He trying, he trying. And trial and error. Then about 2022, I would say 2022, that was when, like I said, through trial and error, trying certain songs, trying a certain approach to presenting the song. Sometimes I'm like, okay, well, that didn't work. That didn't work. 2022 was when I found out what worked. So I put together a format. It's
Okay.
with my show is for set lists. My To me, the most important thing live, when it comes to a live show, is your set list. What you starting
Yep.
with, what you gonna have in the middle, what you gonna have in the end, the things in between. So my set list is my secret weapon. My set list, and the way that I approach each song. There is no dull moment. It's impossible for somebody. Well, I'm gonna say almost impossible for people to sit during my 2 hour show and to ever feel bored.
Yeah,
To
there's
ever
no
feel
way. No way.
it's no way. Yeah.
Like it's no way. And if you are, it's like I think it is a lack of that's a you thing. Because some people,
Yeah.
I think that's the other thing. People don't know how to have pure, genuine fun.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's no way. I think about the man in the blue suit, and,
Yeah.
and I'm like, you just grumpy. He was just
Yeah.
grumpy. He was grumpy
Yeah.
pants because everybody. I mean, Dre had all walks of life in there, different races of people in there, and
Yeah.
everybody is in harmony, singing and dancing, and you know, just having a good time. And he just was grumpy, but he came
Yeah.
in grumpy. I'm like,
Yeah.
go home,
Yeah. Yeah.
go
Yeah. Yeah. There's a
home.
story. Yeah, there's a story about him. Yeah. But go ahead.
I'm like, blue suit. You told me the story. I'm like, yeah, he just grumpy. And sometimes people,
Yeah.
and I know for real, like as men get older, y'all just become grumpy sometimes. But like, let your hair down, like Sir
Yeah.
says. It's
Yeah.
shit. Have fun.
What you over there sipping?
Whiskey.
Okay.
I had some ginger beer in there a little bit
Dang.
because I'm like, it's gonna be a long day, so I had to knock my edge off.
Now, wait. Is this tradition with your podcast since it's called,
Whiskey sour.
yeah? Is this a
Yeah.
tradition?
So there's a period of time I really wasn't drinking at all.
Uh huh.
And so, and I'm thinking about other things as I move forward with the podcast in the future. But yeah, it was a thing. Like I was even because I do everything virtual, because a lot of my guests are everywhere. I was
Hmm.
like, I wonder if there's a way I could even craft a kit and mail it to them in advance so they get it and then we could drink together on the show, even if it's a mocktail. So it's some things that I think about, absolutely. But there's certain things that I do want to do. In 2026 with this and expanding it out, maybe get in a space where I can interview in person. And my house is nice where I could actually do that and whatnot, but it is the whole camera operating thing that I'm thinking about and how I could do that, because I know I have two phones and I could do that as well and probably like mess with it from this suite.
Hmm.
But I'm figuring that out because I might invest in these a 3 camera system that's around like a little over a G,
Hmm.
where it is automated and then I can via an app switch the camera angle. So that's
Ooh,
what I'm
that'd be
thinking about. My
fire.
friend has it and I think I might do that, but I want to be realistic with myself. I need to stop buying and investing in things that I don't use.
Okay, that's
So
real.
but I do want to do something with it more and make it more interactive. And I mean, there's a studio space in Burbank. If that's like $75 an hour that has now
Hmm.
automated that the other podcast I work for, they're using. So I'm thinking about it. We're gonna see.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sipping whiskey, but I can toast with you put this Celsius that cheers.
Cheers
Cheers
to that. Cheers
to
to
success.
success. Health, wealth, prosperity, love,
Yes.
immersive joy. Just, like the world needs a little more love and joy. A
A
lot
whole
more, to
lot of
be
more.
honestly.
A whole lot.
So
Yeah.
before we wrap up, what are some things that you would like to accomplish for 2026? We're April. It's sunny out. It's a brand new day. We're in spring. This is for real, the new year because the flowers are blooming, everything. So give us
Yes.
a little insight.
So I have a surprise project coming out. Oh, I wish I
Okay.
could say. And hold up. I have a surprise project and it's not music related. I
Okay.
have a surprise project and it will
Okay.
be out, Dominique. It will be out in about 2 to 3 weeks from
Okay.
now. So
Can I
what
guess?
we are in April.
Yes.
I'm gonna say it'll definitely be out May for sure. May for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
Did you say
Oh,
that you was gonna guess or try to guess?
yeah. If it's not music related, oh, I mean, maybe acting, but
I won't. I
I
won't
know. Don't
say.
say nothing. Don't say nothing.
I won't
Fine. But it's
say.
maybe it's acting. Maybe it's acting. I
No.
can see you. You know. But
No.
I know
It's
you're not
not.
gonna tell me. So we have to
Yeah.
watch your socials to
Yes.
find out. But
Yep.
what are the other things that you are looking forward to getting into and that you want to
Yes.
accomplish this year?
So me and my crew, we are gearing up for a major summer tour.
Okay.
Uh and I want to take, like, you saw the show, you saw my show, and it's been good, but I really want to, this summer I want to take my stage show to the next level, production wise and visually wise, or I'm sorry, visual wise, and there'll be some new medley, some new songs, some new, man, I want for when people like you and the thousands of others that have come to my show in the past. I want for when they see me this summer and for the remaining of this year, I want them to say, I didn't think that he could get better, but he did.
I love that. I
That's
love
what I
that.
want. Yeah. So I was blessed to win a major award, the best live entertainment through the World Entertainment Awards, out in Los Angeles the day after I saw you.
Oh,
Uh,
congratulations.
yes, which is huge. I'm waiting for them to send it to me so that I could show it off to the world. So anyway, but I'm saying that to say, although I was voted as best entertainer, and I won that award, I really want to. Instead of that award making me arrogant, whatever, it made me humble. I said, okay, I want to become even better. You know what I'm saying? So that is one of my goals for this year, is just to take what I have been doing for the past 13 years, take it up a few
I know.
notches, along with this surprise project that's
I
coming out.
love it. Can't wait to see what it is. I feel like I'm gonna be
Yeah.
right because I'm
We
always
go
right.
we are yes. Hey, once I tell you what it is and once you see it, it's gonna require another one of these. So we're gonna do
Okay.
it again.
Okay. I
Yeah.
like that. I like
Yeah.
that. I like that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Well, look, we are wishing you all the success and, bags and elevate elevations.
Yes.
This year, and we received that. Like you put it out there, you spoke it. So I love that.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that too shall come into fruition.
Yes, and I gotta say this. Let me give you your flowers once again, Dominique. I have said, and I've watched you, and like I said earlier, I remember us as teenagers and you saying, I want to move out to LA. I want to interview celebrities and to watch you do that. You are a part of the 1%. All right. You are a part of the 1%, because there is only 1% of people that actually do what they set out to do, what they speak. So, congratulations to you.
Thank you. Don't make me cry. I'm in ovulation.
And
I'ma cry.
friend, listen, that's the reason why I believe you and I connected back then and dated, and it's also kept us like locked in as friends. Like,
Yeah.
hey, you and I will go a year without talking to each other, and then we will connect, and it'll just
Yeah,
like
it's like we never stop talking. And
never
I- and
did.
and it's funny because, like, to be honest, I will say this. Dre has always seen me, right? And what I mean by that, he didn't even remember years ago that he said, "Hey, TMZ does this thing where they bring people in to interview people and talk about stuff. You need to do that." And I was like, "Yeah, okay." And I finally did that. And I said, I said, "Hey." So years ago, he said, "I don't remember that, but if I did," good job. And I
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah." So it worked out. So I just was like, "Well." You don't remember, but you said that to me, so now I'm doing it. Sometimes it just takes a leap of faith. So that's faith of a mustard seed. And so that's where I am in life. And I said this before on another episode where I talked to an interviewee, well, my cousin, about um manifesting all that stuff, goals and whatnot. And I was like, I think I'm in the stage in my life is like I'm going back to water the seeds that I forgot that I planted. And so I am in this space of really doing the work, tending to my garden and letting things really thrive and grow.
That's that's huge. That's huge. So listen, I will always be a friend, fan, and ex-boyfriend.
Yep. Dre, tell everybody how they can connect with you on social network and your
Hey,
show.
you can holler at me at drehiltonlive.net. You can find me on Facebook, Facebook and Instagram, just simply up under Dre Hilton. And hey, message me. I do talk back. All right.
Yes, he does talk back. So, with
Yes.
that said, everyone, please be sure to like, subscribe, and share the podcast Whiskey Sour, as well as Everyone Needs an Aquarius, produced by the SOLFC Network. And look forward to everything that you have coming out. I have some projects that I'm working on as well that I'm super, super excited about. And I cannot wait to share with y'all. So I'll see y'all back here next week. Peace.